This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week takes me to Salvation Army out in North Tampa. I hit there probably maybe a couple times a year. Found a couple cool Blu-rays out there. Along with that, have my Kino Lorber pick for the week, my classic pick with the Jamie Foxx, my 3D pick. So I have some bangers in here. But before I get into what I picked up, do I collect movies? Yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, actual physical media, or live in the theater with my family. And this week I believe it's 3 physical media and 1 streaming. I'm going to kick it off with one of my Hamilton book pickups. This is the 2008 crime mystery thriller, and I'll add slight comedy, The Oxford Murders. This was directed and written by Alexis de la Iglesia, produced by Alvaro Augustine. This stars Elijah Wood, John Hurt, Leonore Waitling, Julie Cox, Jim Carter. The plot behind this: at Oxford University, a professor and grad student work together to try to stop a potential series of murders seemingly linked by mathematical symbols. And I added humor to this because this is kind of dry, BBC British kind of humor to it with John Hurt. You have Elijah Wood kind of being the sexual desire of 2 other females. So it's very quirky, kind of dry, deadpan humor with crime and mystery. The best thing I can probably equate it to is like Murder, She Wrote, that type of murder, dark humor. So if you like that, Elijah Wood and John Hurt, check out The Oxford Murders. My next pick is a 1975 crime drama black exploitation thriller, The Black Gestapo. This was directed and written by Lee Frost, produced by Wes Bishop. This stars Rod Perry, Charles Lemons, Phil Hoover, Edward Cross, Angela Brent. The plot behind this: Gerald Ahmed has started an inner-city People's Army to try and relieve the misery of the citizens of Watts. When the locals are put under increasing pressure by mafia thugs, Ahmed's second-in-command, Colonel Koja, asks for permission to start a protection squad to take more direct action. And again, this is part of the exploitation period, like 75. Not one of the better pictures. I wouldn't put this up there with Shaft or Coffee or Foxy Brown or anything like that, though. It's very raw, kind of grindhouse look to it. Very low budget. I guess the overall kind of moral to the story is overall power corrupts. So, but interesting film, especially if you like that period of film, the black exploitation period. Glad to add that to my collection. 1975, The Black Gestapo. My next pick is the 2020 comedy, Like a Boss. This is directed by Miguel Artreta, produced by Mark Evans, written by Sam Pittman. This stars Tiffany Haddish, Rose Byrne, Salma Hayek, Karen Sonny, Jacob Lattimore, and Billy Porter. The plot behind this: 2 female friends with very different ideals decide to start a beauty company together. One is more practical while the other wants to earn the fortune and live a lavish lifestyle. And oddly enough, the 2 main stars, Tiffany Haddish and Rose Byrne, were not the funniest people in the movie. The funnier people was actually Salma Hayek and Billy Porter. If you know Billy Porter, he's always over the top. He's always a little bit extra. In this movie, it was just spot on. But overall, decent movie. Again, I was expecting a little bit more from Tiffany Haddish. She seemed a little bit more reserved. but Salma Hayek kind of pulled the movie out for me though. She's actually, I like her in action comedy or comedy movies. So if you like Salma Hayek, Tiffany Haddish, definitely check out Like a Boss. My last movie, something I watched streaming. This is the 2025 American science fiction horror film Marshmallow. This is directed by Daniel Del Purgatorio, written by Andy Grzkowiak, produced by Warner Davis. This stars Q Lawrence, Kai Chek, Winston Bengpali, Maya Chek, Georgia Wingham, Max Smallis, Maxwell Whittington Cooper, Pierre Faudet, Elisa Reiner, Corbin Burnson, and Paul Soter. The plot behind this: after a traumatic experience involving his grandfather, young Morgan is sent to summer camp, plagued by nightmares and visions involving a fear of water and drowning. Morgan makes new friends, experiences bullying from a boy named CJ, and meets a girl named Pilar. And starting out, this just seems kind of like a run-of-the-mill horror film with the kid as the center, but it evolves to be so much more. And I don't want to give the ending away, but it's very similar to another 2025 movie with a similar type ending, but this is a little bit more creative in how they did it. So if you like horror with a very strong underlying science fiction theme, but you won't figure that out till the actual end of the movie, definitely check out Marshmallow. Really great movie. Now, that's what I watched for the week. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and pick up a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. Back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups here from the Salvation Army in Tampa. Have a couple pickups here from Cash America, Pawnshop. Have a old school Warner Brothers, Wego USA. Have my classic 3D pick for the week, my Kino pick, as well as my 3D pick for the week. So I have some bangers in here. Let me get these situated and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I'm going to kick it off with what I picked up at the Salvation Army in Tampa. First one, never heard of this before, but I do like Harry Connick Jr., Willie Nelson, and the late Chris Christopherson. Angel Sing looks like a Christmas movie. This is a Lionsgate release. Lionsgate usually have pretty decent sound audio. Let's see if the code still works. Angel Sing. And the second one, and I mentioned this movie as one of the movies I watched for the week. Pretty decent movie. Again, I'm a Sam Elliott fan. He's like the quintessential Marlboro man with the voice, the mustache, just that whole look. The man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot. Very cool, kind of tongue-in-cheek humor action movie. It's an RLJE release. The flip, that's I have slightly different artwork on the back. And for these two at the Salvation Army, I paid a whopping $4 or $2 a movie for these two. Next, we'll get into what I picked up at Cash America Pawnshop. Remember this? I might have seen this when this was out on VHS. It was a big thing in the, I think, 80s or 90s to make movies with monkeys and chimpanzees. It's a weird thing, though, but what year was this? The year 2000. So I guess they still kept that up. I guess they still do with monkey shines and stuff like that. This fascination with monkeys, though. Dunstan checks in. 20th Century Fox release. Had one of those flip discs where you have the widescreen and the full screen on there. It's a little scuffed up though, but it did play. So next, this is a blind buy. This is part of a series. This is the anime Ghost in the Shield standalone complex series. And I think this is the second installment. I think there's 3 of them. So I haven't watched this. I'm somewhat into anime. This is an Anchor Bay release. That's the thing that really caught my eye, Anchor Bay. So if you've seen any of these anime, let me know if they're any good. If so, I'll probably try to get the other ones also. But for these two at the pawn shop, I paid a whopping $1.50. $1.61 with tag. So got these for the pawn shop and Salvation Army. Next, some eBay and Amazon pickups. Brainstorm with the great Christopher Walken and the late Natalie Wood. It's a sci-fi movie, kind of like a virtual reality kind of film. It's a little slow though, but it's more suspense sci-fi. But decent watch. Warner Brothers, Brainstorm, Christopher Walken. Next, the Kino Lorber pick for the week. My trusty Wesley Snipes here, my aka the Real Blade, my Billy Bob Thornton Sling Blade. And I actually picked up the DVD at a pawn shop. I think I paid $0.25, 50 cents for it and realized they had a Blu-ray. So these are one of the movies I picked up when Kino Lorber had they're like $6, $7, $9.99 sale. I think this is like $10. So And not that I'm a big Rick Springfield fan, but I do love movies from the 80s, especially kind of rock movies from the 80s. It just has a certain nostalgic feel to it for me. So, Kino Lorber, Hard to Hold. Next, I just talked about this movie, Mickey Rourke, Mark Dacascos, Catherine McNamara, and introducing China West, who is that very cool, low-budget action. This is a well-go USA martial arts film. She looks fantastic on the big screen. I hope somebody kind of recognizes her skills and picks her up for an action movie or maybe like a DC Marvel type of thing, though, because she moves amazingly. Jade, my 3D pick for the week. I watched maybe about the first 10 or 15 minutes of this and somehow got distracted and haven't had a chance to go back. The 3D is a little bit dark in this, but again, I've only seen maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I think those were night scenes, so I can't tell you how the overall 3D is. Extraterrestrial, and which one of these? Tiberius Films. They're notorious for having okay to bad 3D releases. Some are decent, some are not so decent. So, Extraterrestrial 3D. And my classic pick, we have, in my opinion, one of the most talented people in Hollywood, actor, stand-up, music, real music, piano, Jamie Foxx in Redemption. This is the Tookie Williams, based on a true story. Yeah, Tookie Williams, a gang member. I believe he was a Crip. 20th Century Fox release, so don't know if this will get a Blu-ray release. More than likely, probably not. Have the double-sided disc, widescreen and full screen, and you have the chapter or scene selection card. And this is my pickup, Salvation Army Pawnshop pickup for the week. If you're familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the art from the plastic and the disc so I can make room for all these movies. So let me get these scanned in and I'll get you good people on your way. Hold on. Okay, I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C as in Cape Fear, L as in Lucy, Z as in Zathura. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made this far in the video, smash a like, give me the big thumbs up. Make sure you share this with other movie lovers. Make sure you also check out my Saturday Collections video every Saturday, same place, same time. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.